nothing rushed and nothing wrong. Light is steady, air is mild, everything stays reconciled. I don't move what's already still. Nothing here resists the will. The desk remains, the screen is clear. Everything I need is here. Light rests softly on the floor, same as moments just before. I don't reach and I don't pace. Let things stay right in their place. There's no reason to adjust. Nothing here is built on rush. I don't shift and I don't praise. Everything stays in its place. Everything stays in place. No correction, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't race. Everything aligns this way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. Everything stays in place. This is how the calm behaves. Coffee rests beside my hand, like it understands the plan. Outside hums in distant tone, inside stays completely known. Thoughts arrive, then gently rest. Nothing here needs to be pressed. I don't gather, I don't choose. Let them move the way they move. I don't ask what should be more. Nothing missing on this floor. Morning holds the steady space. Everything stays in its place. Everything stays in place. No correction, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't race. Everything aligns this way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. Everything stays in place. This is how the calm behaves. Work continues, smooth and still. No resistance in the will. I remain with what is near, not distracted, not severe. Breathing even, posture light. Attention stays within sight. In this calm I clearly see stability is carrying me. I don't need a stronger hold. This position doesn't fold. Every quiet moment spent keeps the balance permanent. Light remains and so do I. Neither rushing, neither shy. This is how the morning stays, set in calm and steady ways. Everything stays in place. No correction, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't race. Everything aligns this way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. Everything stays in place. This is how the calm behaves. Morning holds the settled space. Nothing moves out of its place. Calm remains, the work goes on. Everything stays as time moves on. Steady, clear and wide. No need to hide. The subtle motion underneath feels calm, feels brief. The glow remains in even tone, softly shown. It doesn't rise beyond its place. It holds its space. I don't sharpen past the hue. trees in view. The evening stands without a strain and will remain, flowing clear across the sky. No reason why. Flowing clear, the rhythm slow but steady flow. Flowing clear, the calm remains without refrains. The world is quiet, firmly here, nothing severe. The sounds are soft but neatly set, not gone yet. I sit upright within the blue, still clear and true. The hours move in open line, refined. I don't divide the dusk and glow, they both can show. The air is cool but gently bright, still not night. Flowing clear, no rising spark, no heavy dark. Flowing clear, the breath is long, even and strong. Flowing clear, the sky is white at my side. The stillness moves without demand, unplanned. The blue grows deep but keeps its sight, balanced light. I'm not preparing for an end, no need to bend. The tone is steady, shaped and true, open hue. Flowing clear, the warmth is slight, still not night. Flowing clear, the calm is deep but not asleep. The evening rests in open air, clear and aware. The subtle motion carries through, flowing clear. The blue is steady, calm and wide, nothing to hide. The final line is settled now across the brow. The glow is smooth and evenly laid, no sharper blade. It rests along the open sky, not low, not high. I don't return to earlier tone, the calm has grown. The evening stands in open hue, clear and true. Light evenly spread across the blue, nothing to undo. Light evenly spread, the rhythm low but steady flow. Light evenly spread, the calm remains without refrains. The world is quiet, firmly here, nothing severe. The sounds are soft but clearly set, not gone yet. I sit upright within the air, aware. The hours pass in open line, refined. balance line. The blue grows rich but keeps its frame without a flame. I'm not preparing for the dark. The sky keeps spark. The tone is level, shaped and true. Open hue, light evenly spread. The warmth is slight, still not night. Light evenly spread. The calm is deep, but not asleep. The evening rests in open view, bright and true. A gentle brightness flowing through, light evenly spread. The blue is steady, calm and wide, nothing to hide. The balanced glow remains in air, evenly there. A subtle brightness gathers now, without a vow, not rising past the evening frame, but bright by name. I don't return to louder tone. The calm has grown. The space expands but keeps its line refined. Luminous balance across the sky, no need to try. Luminous balance, the rhythm low but steady flow. Luminous balance, the calm remains without refrains. The world is quiet, clearly said, not fading yet. The sounds are soft yet gently bright, balanced sight. I sit upright within the hue, still clear and true. The hours move in open line, refined. I don't divide the dusk and glow, they both can show. The air is cool yet gently bright, still not night. Luminous balance, no rising spark, no heavy dark. Luminous balance, the breath is long, even and strong. Luminous balance, the sky is wide at my side. The stillness holds a subtle shining quiet line. The blue grows rich but keeps its light, balanced sight. I'm not preparing for the end, no need to bend. The tone is steady, shaped and clear, moving here. Luminous balance, the warmth is light, still not night. Luminous balance, the calm is deep, but not asleep. The evening rests in open hue, bright and true. A gentle brightness flowing through. Luminous balance. Midnight. Stamp that beat. Midnight coffee in my hand, city lights across the land. Different stories at each table, all connected, all unstable. Low talk in a foreign tone, still the rhythm feels like home. Neon signs and mirror glass, let the moment pass. No tickets, no gate, just that groove across each state. Midnight passport, stamped in the beat. Every heartbeat worldwide moves to the heat. Midnight passport, no need to fly. We just travel in the groove, side to side. Let it chords and steady flow, languages we don't know, but the bassline says enough. Simple, smooth and tough. Foot taps under wooden chairs, different faces, same stares. Every second feels aligned in this state of mind. Stay with it, let it glide. Feel that rhythm worldwide. Midnight passport, stamped in the beat. Every heartbeat worldwide moves to the heat. Midnight passport, no need to fly. We just travel in the groove, side to side. Low tone, soft light, one groove. Every night, every night. Midnight passport, stamped in the beat. Every heartbeat worldwide moves to the heat. Midnight passport, no need to fly. We just travel in the groove, side to side. Midnight passport, stay. The city side, silver quiet in the sky. Cold warmth beside my hand, soft light over where I stand. Screens glow low, the room is still. Night bends gently to my will. Nothing sharp, no urgent call, just the hush that holds it all. Keys fall in a careful line, measured breath and steady time. Every word lands smooth and round, barely making any sound. Streetlights shimmer far below, moving soft and moving slow. Paper waiting calm and plain for the last few thoughts to rain. Let it rest, let it flow. No need now to rush or go. Small ideas draw near, clearer than they were all year. 1 a.m., cocoa calm, warm and steady in my palm. Nothing heavy, nothing bright, just a glow against the night. Slow as sugar melting through, dark but softly tinted blue. I can end without a storm in this cocoa midnight warm. Deadlines loosen at the edge, no more pressure, no more ledge. Every sentence finds its place in a slower kind of pace. Chocolate undertones remain underneath a steady brain. Thought by thought they settle deep into focus I can't keep. Let it simmer, let it stay. No more chasing light away. Every motion soft and low, floating in a velvet flow. 1 a.m., cocoa calm, warm and steady in my palm. Nothing heavy, nothing bright, just a glow against the night. Slow as sugar melting through, dark but softly tinted blue. I can end without a storm in this cocoa midnight warm. Not a blaze and not a spark, just a shimmer in the dark, where the smallest thoughts align in a quiet closing line. Even time slows down its hand, like it understands the plan. Every breath and every try moves beneath the softened sky. Low and clear, almost here. 1 a.m., cocoa calm, holding steady in my palm. Every word and every sound settles gently to the ground. Sweet and steady, deep and slow, like a quiet undertow. I don't rush, I let it form in this cocoa midnight warm. Steam fades thin, the light grows small. Night wraps softly over all. One last breath before I go. 1 a.m., warm and slow.
The skylight ends without a sound, no announcement, no demand. Shadows lift a subtle inch, nothing here needs to flinch. The room keeps solid, learn tonight. Focus held still upright. I don't rush to call this day, I let it stay. No morning knocking at my door, no reason yet to ask for more. Every sense remains intact, exact. The first light doesn't interrupt what the night left home. I don't trade this steady state for a different role. first light doesn't interrupt, I stay aligned, awake inside this gentle shift of space and time. Windows glow with early blue, not bright enough to feel brand new. The street is quiet but prepared, nothing rushed, nothing shared. I stretch my hands, not from rest, just to feel what's still expressed. This is where the hours meet without retreat. No sleep pulling at my skin, no dream trying to begin. Everything is clear and placed in space. The first light doesn't interrupt the clarity I found. Nothing lifts me off the ground, nothing weighs me down. The first light doesn't interrupt, it simply shows another way the same calm holds and slowly grows. If the day steps closer now, I don't step back, I don't bow. Nothing forces me to choose, nothing asks me to lose. There's a calm in letting be what the light reveals to me. Not a start, not an end, just a bend. The counterweights in quiet lines, soon to fill, but not this time. I take a breath that isn't deep, just honest, clear and steep. This moment doesn't need a name, it doesn't need to change. I remain inside this tone, fully grown. No drifting off, no early race, no need to pick up pace. Breathing steady, standing still by will. The first light doesn't interrupt, and that feels right. I stay awake, composed, exact inside this light. The first light doesn't interrupt what I became. I remain clear, aligned, intact before the day. First light, still clear.
My work remains clear, no dare, no haze. It stays fully visible and keeps its place. A text feels steady, unchanged, a screen and note, a workable range. Nothing asking me to reinterpret, nothing pulling me offset. Outside, the street holds when the light still defines, still right. The city softens its edges, not its lines. I don't narrow my attention, I don't spread, I let the work remain clear ahead. There's no diffusion in the moment, no need to steer. Everything stays readable here. The work remains clear, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No warm crowd in the intention, no fear. The work remains clear and works. It works. Screens glow neutral, softly warm. Messages arrive with form. They don't blur the line of thought they pass. Keys repeat a measured line, not a rush, not slow. holding form as it plays. The word remains clear, I stay. I move through the late afternoon display. No warmth calling the intention, no fear. The work remains clear and works. The cup is empty, focus firm. The air feels warm, still serviceable. I don't check for fading edges. They're not outside, clouds lit as they move. Still no cue to stab me, but one stay still. One small task, then one again. No cue to veer. This is how the late afternoon works with levity stays. I don't need the work brighter, I don't need it sharp. If it stays this readable, I'm aligned. No rise, no fall, no shift unclear, just clarity. The work remains clear, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No warm cloud in the incense, no fear. The work remains clear and works remains clear. Our sleigh remains clear this way. The afternoon continues readable. The work still lines up. No shift, no slip. Each part meets the next and stays in sync. The desk feels ordered, not tight. I screen a note, a usable light. Nothing asking me to recalibrate, nothing drifting out of place. Outside the street keeps even sound, present but not profound. The city moves with quiet alignment all around. I don't force the sequence forward, I don't pull it back. I let the word keep lining up on track. There's no friction in the step, no gap to overthink. Everything connects as it goes in link. The work still lines up, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No peace falling out of rhythm, no need to interrupt. The work still lines up. Clear and flat, messages arrive intact. They don't compete for attention, they pass. Keys repeat a measured tone, not rush, not slow. Thoughts stay joined to what I'm doing, like they know. Time doesn't scatter what I'm building, it assists. Lets the late afternoon continue, consistent. If I lean in, the structure stays. If I pause, nothing frays. Everything keeps holding form as it plays. The work still lines up, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No peace falling out of rhythm, no need to interrupt. The work still lines up. Focus clear, the air feels open, usable here. I don't search for a turning sign, there isn't one. Outside, clouds move on their track. No cue to fall, neither do I. I'm steady still, one small task, then one again. No cue to disrupt. This is how the late afternoon works when work lines up. I don't need the work improved, I don't need it new. If it keeps connecting like this, I'll do. No rise, no fall, no sudden jump, just alignment. The work still lines up, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No peace falling out of rhythm, no need to interrupt. The work still lines up and holds, lines up, I stay, lines up this way. The process continues, aligned. This isn't the end of the line. No stop, no sign. It looks like a pause, but stays in time. The desk feels familiar, unchanged. A screen, a note, a workable range. Nothing asking me to wrap it up, nothing lifting the cup. Outside, the street keeps even sound, present but not profound. The city slows its emphasis, not down. I don't close what I've been doing, I don't decide. I let the moment feel complete without the divide. There's no finality in the minute, no door that ends. Everything holds together and bends. This isn't the end of the line, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No signal declaring completion, no sign. This isn't the end of the line and works. Screens glow neutral, clear and calm. Messages arrive with form. They don't suggest a conclusion, they pass. Keys repeat a measured line, not rushed, not slow. Thoughts rest exactly where they are, like they know. Time doesn't announce a chapter, it assists. It lets the late afternoon continue unfinished. If I lean in, the balance stays. If I pause, nothing frays. Everything keeps holding shape as it plays. This isn't the end of the line, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No signal declaring completion, no sign. This isn't the end of the line and works. The cup is empty, focus firm. The air feels clear and serviceable. I don't look for a final frame. This is fine. Outside, clouds move on their line. No cue to fall, neither do I. I'm steady still. One small task, then one again. No cue to define. This is how the late afternoon works when ends don't end. I don't need the line resolved, I don't need it closed. If it feels complete but open, I'm composed. No rise, no fall, no final sign, just just a line. This isn't the end of the line. I stay, I move through the late afternoon this way. No signal declaring completion, no sign. This isn't the end of the line, and work's end of the line. No end of the line. The afternoon continues as if it always will. Work begins softly here, without a sound, nothing announcing what I found. Light leans in just enough. The room stays open, rough but calm. The desk doesn't ask my name, the screen waits patiently. Nothing sharp, nothing framed, just space inviting me. Outside, the city starts its loop, not fast, not slow, just true. It moves like something well rehearsed that doesn't need a cue. I don't gather all my thoughts, I let them come and go. The work appears the way it does when I allow it so. There's no clear line to cross, no signal telling me when. I step into the middle and begin. Work begins softly here, no rush, no claim. I move through what is forming all the same. No push behind my hands, no future I must fear. Work begins softly here, and I'm here. I'm here. Keys fall into gentle time, a rhythm I don't choose. Thoughts align, then drift apart without refusing to move. Messages arrive in pairs, they wait without complaint. I answer what belongs to now and let the rest remain. Time doesn't lean into my back, doesn't press me on. It leaves enough room for me to keep moving on. If I slow, the pace survives. If I pause, nothing's lost. Everything keeps finding form at its own cost. Work begins softly here, no rush, no claim. I move through what is forming all the same. No push behind my hands, no future I must fear. Work begins softly here, and I'm here. Coffee cools beside the screen, steam thinning into air. I don't hurry what remains, it stays right there. Outside, clouds don't organize, they drift without a plan. Neither do I, not just yet. I work the way I can. One small task, then one again. No marker telling me to speed. This is how the middle builds from what I do, not what I need. I don't need the work to shout, I don't need it clear. If it comes in quiet steps, I'll meet it here. No rise, no fall, no sharper start, just staying where I am. Work begins softly here, no rush, no claim. I move through what is forming all the same. No push behind my hands, no future I must fear. Work begins softly here, and I'm here. Softly here, I begin. Softly here I'm in. The day keeps moving, so do I.
Cocoa keeps the line at night, morning, noon, or fading light. Steam rising soft and slow, where the steady rhythms go. Window open, curtains breathe, quiet living underneath. Nothing urgent in the air, just a flow already there. Keys move in a balanced tone, measured pace that feels like home. Every word begins to land, easy in my steady hand. Street hum blending near and far, like a quiet distant star. Paper glowing warm and thin, focus calm begins within. Let it move, let it stay, no more drifting far away. Small ideas, line by line, building steady work in time. Cocoa keeps the line, warm and steady every time. Nothing heavy in my mind, just a rhythm smooth and kind. Sweet as sugar melting through, golden in a grounded hue. I can work and let it shine. Cocoa keeps the line. Deadline shift but never press, flowing into progress. Every sentence finds its place in a balanced working pace. Chocolate undertones remain underneath the steady brain. Thought by thought they settle deep in a rhythm I can keep. Let it simmer, let it glide, warmth resting deep inside. Every motion smooth and slow, floating in a velvet flow. Cocoa keeps the line, warm and steady every time. Nothing heavy in my mind, just a rhythm smooth and kind. Sweet as sugar melting through, golden in a grounded hue. I can work and let it shine. Cocoa keeps the line. Not a blaze and not a spark, just a glow that warms the dark. Where the smallest thoughts align into steady certain lines. Even time begins to move with a common center groove. Every breath and every try feels balanced as the sky. Steady mind, warm and kind. Oh, Cocoa keeps the line, holding comfort
The light stands tall against the wall, no longer pale, no shadowed fall. It fills the room in open tone, a clarity I've grown to own. The air feels warm but never tight. It carries strength without a fight, no hesitation in its line. The moment feels defined. I don't brace for what will rise. The brightness rests before my eyes. The morning stands in steady form, awake but never storm. At the brightest hour of morning, I don't rush ahead. The light is clear around me, nothing left unsaid. At the brightest hour of morning, the day feels wide, no pressure in the air, nothing to hide. At the brightest hour of morning, I stand with these. The calm remains inside, even as I begin with clarity. The world outside is fully awake, the rhythm steady in its wake, but nothing presses at my side. No need to override. I move through open, measured space with balanced tone and steady pace. No strain beneath the rising noon, no shifting tune. I don't chase the higher sun, I don't divide what has begun. The brightness holds without demand exactly where I stand. At the brightest hour of morning, the focus feels complete. No sudden climb, no quickened heartbeat. At the brightest hour of morning, the warmth is clear, not overwhelming but sincere. At the brightest hour of morning, the hours align, the calm and clarity intertwine. The stillness hasn't gone away, it shines within the brighter day. A quiet strength beneath the light, grounded, balanced right. I'm not racing toward the noon, I'm not escaping to